What is up, Wizards fans? Welcome into a quick little mini episode here of the Believe in Wizards podcast. I'm Matt Moderno. Honestly, man, Jose Andres, move over. We've got a new top chef in the DC area, and that's Will Dawkins. The man continues to cook right now. This is awesome. Another trade here. They're just literally stockpiling everyone that could play the 2 through maybe 4 position in the NBA. It seems like that's under 25 years old. Wizards send out Kelly Olynyk, so I don't have to watch his dusty old bones, patchouli smelling self suit up for a team that clearly no one in the fan base wanted to see him suit up for. So that's awesome. And in return, they get Blake Wesley and Malachi Brandom and a second round pick from the San Antonio Spurs. How good ultimately the second round pick is sort of the question here. It's the least favorable of Dallas, Philadelphia, and Oklahoma City. So it's probably like the 50th pick in the draft or later, and honestly, probably later than that. So really doesn't mean a whole lot for you other than maybe some fodder to trade in and, move up a little bit or some extra throwing in some other deal. Like, does the 58th pick in the draft change that much for you? Ultimately, probably not. So you're really just sending out Kelly Olynyk and bringing in 2 more young guys. They're positionally redundant with some of the other guys they have, but there's also some upside and they're intriguing. And this front office has just said, look, we're short on talent. We're going to bring in as many, buy low reclamation guys as we can and just let them all fight it out to the death, Thunderdome style here, and see who comes out alive at the end of the day. And this is just awesome. And my guy Taj Wilson already said in the chat here, somebody else from X, I just see a Wizards logo, also said the Wizards need a center badly. Tosh said we need somebody who can rebound. Jay from DC said, we need somebody to play center. The Wizards do not want to win basketball games in the year of our Lord 2026. So they don't care about that. The expectation is you can go out and get some cheap free agent center to fill the void here in the future if they need to do that. But for right now, they're going to take as many wings and guards as they can, load up on them, and see who can be a part of the future here. And that's okay. Like, that's fine. Like, next year, they don't want to be good. They're doubling down on star minutes at the 5. You're probably going to see Keyshawn George at the 4, maybe some Cam Whitmore at the 4, things like that. Maybe even Coulibaly plays up at the 4. Like, they really don't care about that. And you're building a switchable, positionless basketball team. Those guys are at least going to play 1 through 4, and you just need somebody to eat up a few minutes at the 5. So Rashawn Holmes is going to play some minutes there. Tristan Vukcevic is probably going to play some minutes there. You might see Justin Champagnie play some small ball 5 or, things like that from time to time, because they do not want to be good. They don't want to lose that pick to the Knicks. They need a star in next year's draft. For all the Malachi Brandoms and Blake Wesleys that go out and get, again, smart move to try to buy low on some guys that are still really young and have some upside. But, they don't have the upside of Darren Peterson or Cam Boozer or AJ DeBonta. Their big is probably going to be one of those guys. And right now, not that Darren Peterson is a big, but, Boozer and DeBonta probably play some 4 in the NBA and things like that too. So they're going to go out and get these guys that play next to Sar long term, and they're going to supplement them, with one of these other dudes. And this is just, again, I'm all for it. For anybody not familiar with Blake Wesley, 6'4" guard, came out of Notre Dame after 1 year. As a freshman at Notre Dame, he averaged 14.5 points, a little under 4 rebounds, and about 2.5 assists. He didn't really shoot the ball particularly well, and that's why he ultimately fell to the 25th pick. And he came out in the 2022 draft. He shot 40% from the field at Notre Dame, 30% from 3, 65% from the free throw line. Just a big athletic guard, averaged like about a steal and a half a game, 1-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, basically, on a not great Notre Dame team. They were okay. This is just an athletic dude that if he ever becomes a shooter, I think you have to go kind of account for and look out for. So again, he's got 3 years of NBA experience. He's still only 22 years old. Again, they're taking in a bunch of guys who are, if they're able to drink, it's barely, and there's still a lot of upside left for him. Again, not really shot particularly well as an NBA player. This past season for the Spurs, he played in 58 games, averaged 3.7 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Shot 43% from the field, 29% from 3, 62% from the free throw line. All those are on relatively low volume. He just hasn't done much as an NBA player yet. His sophomore year in the league, 2 seasons ago, he played 61 games, started 3 of them. That's the best he's done to date. So this is probably just another low flyer, relation, in relationship, like the guys are taking that he's a relatively low upside a relatively low risk, medium upside player for them. So it's fine. It's fine to take a shot on a guy like this. And if he ever shoots it, he turns into anything, and he's a rotation piece for you. That's a win. He probably just at the moment is competing as like a backup shooting guard with AJ Johnson for some minutes. He is a guy that you could give some G League minutes to next year and just see if he continues to compete and earn some spots, earn some minutes. So that'd be cool. Malachi Brandom is a guy also another sort of guy with some upside left here, right? In 2021, 2022 at Ohio State as a freshman, he started 31 of 32 games, averaged 13.7 points, 3.6 rebounds, 2 assists, a little under 2 turnovers, didn't really do much in terms of steals and blocks. The guy was basically just a bucket getter. And, a 6'5", 6'6" solid bucket getter is still appealing. Like at some point, this team has to score some points. And a lot of the guys they've added, here between him and Cam Whitmore are a little more offensive oriented. And that's probably just by looking at what the rest of their roster has done so far. Like Coulibaly is not particularly aggressive offensively. Sarr is probably never a high usage guy, although he doesn't shy away from shooting pretty much every time he touches the ball. I mean, not that he never passes, but you know what I mean? Like he's not shy about shooting it, but he's not going to be a high usage guard. So Branham shot 50% from the field at Ohio State and 41% from 3, was an 83% free throw shooter. So it's a guy everybody expected to come in and shoot pretty well in the NBA. And he's essentially done that. So in 47 games for the Spurs last year, he averaged 5 points, 1 rebound, just under 1 assist, shot 46% from the field, 40.5% from 3, and 82% from the free throw line. So, if you're Malachi Brandom, you're also barely 22 years old, 3 years of NBA experience. Again, he was the 20th pick in that same draft. Like, the Spurs is not really the guys that they need or are going to give developmental minutes to, and the Wizards can afford to do that. As a rookie, he came in and on a bad Spurs team averaged 10 points per game on not particularly good efficiency, but he's gotten more efficient than he's been in, but the usage has gone down. So if you're Washington, it's another dude you could put some G League minutes to, but ultimately they're competing, and that's okay right now. Like we can do that, and again, it's this stockpiling dudes, and I'm all for it. I got to roll here in a minute. I would love to take some of these questions in the chat. It's popping right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm on the West Coast. I'm here for work, but we're doing like team building some stuff, and some of the guys like to play some pickleball. This was my 3rd day in a row of West Coast pickleball, but it's not quite as exciting as staying here and talking more Wizards basketball with you guys. We will have some more content on the channel here coming up, and I'll have those guys spend a little time on Branham and Blake Wesley too. But just let us know in the comments what you think about the move here, what Will Dawkins is doing. Please do me a favor, hit that like button for us. It does mean a lot. It does help the show continue to grow. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do that. We got a ton of updates coming for you, a lot more fun content coming up here over the course of the summer. We'll be covering Summer League in depth. So this is great. Sean Paul mentioned in the chat, we have 17 standard contracts. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody here on this list ends up on a 2-way in some way, shape, or form. Both Wesley and Brandom, if they were, waived from their NBA contracts, would be eligible for 2-way contracts. They have not played 4 years in the NBA, so therefore they're still eligible for a 2-way for 1 more season. So that's fine. You could convert some guys, or you could ultimately package them up and make some other move and consolidate a few of these spots here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them do that over the course of the summer. That'll be interesting. But like I said, there's more content coming on the channel about the Summer League roster and things like that. And we'll keep you all posted. All right, until then, enjoy. Let's see what else Will Dawkins and company can come up with. And go Wizards. All right, peace out.